Here's why I never use the phrase, everything happens for a reason. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Kyle Gray. Welcome back to my channel. So good to see you. My life's mission is to help as many people get spiritually connected as humanly possible. And in this space, I like to explore all the different ways that you can do that and cover all things spiritual. Today, I wanted to speak about why I stopped using the term everything happens for a reason a number of years ago and how it impacted my life. I think it's important to say that if we've never been introduced to each other before, I have been working in the spiritual realm since I was 15 years old when I started to develop spiritual abilities and psychic ability, and I've been doing angel readings and tarot readings and dabbling in magic and the unseen ever since. And a few years ago, I realized that saying everything happens for a reason was not a good thing to say. And it was really initiated by me doing private readings and meeting people or parents who had lost their children. And I always felt a little bit icky when people would say, oh, everything happens for a reason, as a way of kind of washing over something that could be deeply tragic and sad. And I made a vow, I think I must have been about 20, never to use that phrase, because if I believe that about one thing, then I believe that about all things. And sometimes bad things happen and tragic things happen. And I think if you're just glossing over, like everything happens for a reason, then there's a part of you that believes some sort of higher power has orchestrated this event to teach you a lesson. And I just don't think it works that way. So I think it's important to say that, I've done readings for people of all walks of life from all different parts of the world. And there's just a part of me that never feels comfortable saying that. And so I stopped saying it. And I thought it'd be really useful for you to hear my thoughts on it. So the way I look at life is that life is full of windows and doors. And what I mean by that is I don't believe anything has been set in stone. I think all of us come to this world and we have multiple choices of which direction we go, what we do with our life, who we do our life with, and all the different things. And I think from the early years of our life, we come into a family and, our family are mainly responsible for us until we get to a certain age. And then from that certain age, we have all these different windows and choices of our life, like what subject should we study in school, or what direction we want to go with our life and our career, like where we want to go for college, or if we're going to make it or not. All these different things are choices. And I think that the big part of all of this is that some people are more privileged than others. And I think we all have different choices and opportunities that are extended to us. And I think that when we say everything happens for a reason in that context, it means that certain people's souls have decided to come to this experience, to have this experience and all these things. And that just doesn't feel right to me. I think that it's kind of a lottery situation where we just come in and whatever happens, happens, and then our life unfolds according to that. Now, I feel in my own life and in my own experience, I've had windows of opportunity to leave my body, i.e., not be on this planet. I think one of them was when I was around 3.5 years old. I got this virus called Guillain-Barré syndrome, and I was in a really bad way. And I think that was a window of opportunity for me to leave my body, and something inside of me chose to stay. And so my body miraculously healed. And I don't know why, but I just think it was an opportunity for me to keep being here. And then what I really love about it is that experience led me to the spiritual experiences that led me to the knowledge and the information I have today. And then I've made it my life's work to teach everything I've learned along that way to other people. So what I have found is that everything doesn't happen for a reason, but we can find reason within every happening. That's really what feels good to me. Because if I was to say everything happens for a reason and someone loses someone dear and important to them, it's like me saying to them, hey, God chose to take that person away from you. And I just don't think the universe works like that. I think it's just a lottery system that's constantly unfolding. Every choice we make, every decision, every step, every exposure to different environments, people, places, it's all just unfolding as is. It's all just a big opportunity to consistently grow, consistently learn. But no one has been placed in our life to be the perpetrator. No one's been placed in our life to be this person that does something horrific to us, to teach us a lesson. No. What happens is, the truth being told is, there are some shady people out there. There are predators walking this earth who are able to sniff out who's sensitive and find the people that are, impressionable. There are bad people out there, and that is the reason. So like, when people say everything happens for a reason, I think what I'm really saying is, no, that's not true. But sometimes the reason behind some circumstances is there's some shitty people out there, and that's just the truth. So where am I going with all this? I think it's important to say that when we say everything happens for a reason, we are glossing over a situation. We're ultimately spiritually bypassing a painful experience. I think when you say to someone, everything happens for a reason, you're saying, there's a reason for your pain. There's a reason why you're going through this. There's a reason why you endured this loss. And I think that you're losing an opportunity to be empathetic and supportive towards someone. When someone goes through something sad and painful, instead of saying everything happens for a reason, say, hey, I am really sorry that you are going through this. I am really sorry that you're experiencing this pain. I'm not so sure why this happened, but I do know what is important is that you find a reason to continue on. That's what we really should be doing. The opportunity to invite someone to keep going, the opportunity to support someone, the opportunity to say, hey, there is no explanation why this painful experience happened to you, but I believe you can get through this. I think that is where we really need to get to. So when I hear psychics say it especially, I get so cross. I get so annoyed because it's like you're saying, yeah, God's teaching you a lesson. It doesn't work like that. It's not here to push us through in painful experiences. The presence of the divine is love. Sometimes the reason things go wrong and bad things happen is because there's bad people and bad energies out there. And we have to work our very best on staying centered on the good. So stop saying everything happens for a reason and find reason within every happening. Let me know your thoughts on this subject today. Leave your comments and your feedback below. And if this spoke to you today, thank you for subscribing to this channel. You have no idea how much this helps. I will see you in the next one.